G'day guys, welcome back. So we've got a big weekend planned for the Calais. Got quite a few things we need to get checked off. So in order to push myself, I've actually booked the dyno for next Wednesday, so we're going to get this shit done. Once it comes back from the dyno, it's heading off for paint. So basically it's just going to have a quick 98 tune, a run-in and a 98 tune done on it, and get some basic wiring complete. So things that I'm not quite sure on, like wiring in the TPS for the AU throttle body, the IAC valve, and the boost control and thermofan. So we'll get all that sorted. So basically what we need to get done, I've got to do a quick mod on the exhaust dump pipe. If you remember the last video, I give the exhaust a bit of a panel beat, and it was a bit of a rough way of doing it, and I'm kind of kicking myself. So I'm going to modify the exhaust, just put a bit of a pie cut out and re-weld it to get it over. So it just needs to go over about 10 mil. So I'll get that sorted. We'll paint it up and probably wrap it because it sits a little bit too close to the wiring loom on the firewall. So we'll get that done. I need to make a screamer, run a fuel pump relay to the back, do some vacuum lines for the MAC valve and the turbo wastegate, and throw a boost gauge line in it. So I'll get all that stuff ticked off. And of course we'll fire it up and make sure the power glide's all working. So I'll get this tail shaft stabbed in it and we'll go through the list. All right. Okay, so got it all fitted up in there. Everything fits perfect. These are the guys that done it. They usually look after most of my drive shafts. I haven't had a problem with any of their stuff yet. We put a new center bearing in it, new unis front and back, plus change the yoke. And that's our stick out. So everything looks pretty good. So we'll keep going, we'll move on. Okay, so that wiring loom there is relatively close to the dump pipe. So what we might do, we might wrap that just to keep a bit of heat out of it. Yeah, last thing we want is that wiring getting all burnt up. So we'll go ahead and wrap that up and get it in the car. Okay, so I've got the dump pipe all fitted back up. I'm pretty happy with how it all turned out. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. That wiring loom there was the reason we're a little bit worried about. I'm pretty confident it's going to be okay now. We'll see how we go, I guess. If it's a problem, we'll have to revisit this later. So I've started plumbing in the wastegate for the, well, not the wastegate, the MAC valve. So with the link ECU, we're just going to run a MAC valve to control boost. That's 3-port MAC valve. So I've got the bottom of the gate plumbed here. The MAC valve will be sort of up here somewhere. And then I'm going to pull the housing off now and we'll tap in here. So these 42s have got a nice little, oh, I can't really see it there. There we go. So they've got a nice little machine flat boss there. It's a perfect place for it. So I'll rip all that off and we'll drill and tap that and get all that plumbed up. All right. Alrighty, so I've got all those last minute jobs all finished up. So unfortunately I didn't get to film all of them. The weekend was just very hectic and I really needed to get it done. So it's all ready to go to the dyno now. It's definitely not looking its best. We're missing windows and trim and bits and bobs, but that's okay. For what we're doing, it's all good. So we're not heading there to make big power. So honestly, it'll be lucky to make 10 pounds of boost. It's more just to see, make sure everything's doing its job. Bed the engine in and just make sure it's all happy. Providing everything's working okay, but we'll throw a little bit of boost into it and see what it does. But we're certainly not going to be going crazy because it is still on 98 fuel. One issue I am a little worried about is the factory spoil pot inside the VL tank. I've heard these can be a bit of an issue, but I guess we'll just go until we get to that issue and we'll just see what it does. So anyway, I'll sign this one off and I'll catch you on the next video, hopefully with some decent results.